Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Purushottama Vidya, Purushottama Yogam. Sloka 15, Part 9. Sarvasya cāhaṁ hṛdi sanniviṣṭo mattaḥ smṛtir jñānam apohanaṁ ca vedaiś sarvair aham vedyo vedānta-kṛd veda-vid cāham. I am seated in the heart of all beings. Sun, moon, Agni, earth, and others. Heart is the place where from knowledge springs. The knowledge causes the performance of an action, and knowledge also causes the prevention of an action. Dwelling in their heart, I make everything function through my will. Hence, I am the self of all these. From me arise remembrance, knowledge, lack of knowledge, conjectural knowledge, etc. This is what we have seen so far in the first half of the sloka. Sarvasya cāhaṁ hṛdi sanniviṣṭo mattaḥ smṛtir jñānam apohanaṁ ca. The second half of the sloka says vedaiś sarvair aham vedyo vedānta-kṛd veda-vid cāham. I alone to be known through the Vedas. Vedaiś sarvair aham vedyo vedānta-kṛd. The fruits the Vedas speaks of are granted only by me. Veda-vid cāham. Also, I alone, the knower of the Vedas. For us to know, to develop a knowledge or derive a knowledge, we need to have certain tools. With the help of those tools, we understand certain things. That tool which helps us to know something is called pramanam. Prama means knowledge, karanam means tool. The tool that helps us to understand things is called pramanam. According to the Vedanta studies, there are three pramanam: pratyakṣam, anumanam, shabdam. The knowledge that one derives through direct cognition, either through the senses or without senses, is called pratyakṣam. Whereas in anumanam, it is not a direct cognition, but there is an experience, anubhavam, that creates that knowledge of an object. This kind of experience through inference is known as anumanam. The third pramanam, known as shabda pramanam, happens through the sound vibration. By hearing a sound, a knowledge gets created, and that is called shabda pramanam. Pratyakṣam happens through the senses or without senses by direct cognition. Anumanam is nothing but inference, whereas shabda pramanam is by sound. We have covered pratyaksha pramanam and an anumana pramanam in a previous session, and now we will focus on the third and the last pramanam called as shabda pramanam. This shabda pramanam is nothing but the Vedas, but also includes other scriptures like itihasas, puranas, and so forth. And here, in the Sloka, Krishna says, I alone to be known through the Vedas. The fruits the Veda speaks of are granted by me alone, and I alone, the knower of the Vedas. Shabda bodham. When we hear a sound, a knowledge gets created. Shabda means sound, bodham means knowledge. So, the knowledge that gets generated by the sound is known as Shabda bodham. Now let's see how this works. Someone is saying something to me. Say, Rama killed Ravana. When they speak, a sound is generated and reaches my ears. My ears, like an antenna, receives the sound. There are two things happens here. First is the sound is being grasped, absorbed by me through my ears. Second is to understand the meaning of that sound. A person speaking is also a sound, and a person playing a drum is also a sound. Both are received by my ears, which is known as Shravana Pratyaksham. That which is experienced through the ears is called Shravana Pratyaksham. The knowledge that directly cognized through the ears. That sound could be a sound with meaning that I could understand, or it could be a sound with meaning but I couldn't understand, or it could be a sound which doesn't have any meaning. For example, if someone tells me Rama killed Ravana in English, my ear receives that sound. That's step 1. Step 2, I understand the sound, the meaning of the sound. That's because I know the language, English. But if someone says Rama killed Ravana in a foreign language, say in Chinese, even though I'm able to grasp the sound as step 1, but I'm not able to understand the sound, which is step 2. There could be sounds which I'm able to grasp, but that sound doesn't have any meaning at all. There is nothing can be understood by that particular sound. For example, standing near the seashore, we hear the waves in the ocean. The sound comes from the waves in the ocean, which doesn't have any meaning, but it is also sound. But that sound has no meaning. So step 1 is Shravana Pratyaksham. First, the sound should be grasped. Step 2 is Shabda bodham. That sound which is received gives me some knowledge. Just grasping the sound alone is called Shravana Pratyaksham. Understanding the meaning of that sound is known as Shabda bodham. For Shravana Pratyaksham, there is no prerequisite. As we saw, a person speaks in a language that I don't know. When he speaks, because I don't know the language, it doesn't mean I'm not able to grasp the sound. The sound still reaches my ears and I'm able to hear the sound. So for grasping the sound, there is no prerequisite needed. For Shravana Pratyaksham, no prerequisite. One should be able to simply grasp the sound. Of course, as long as their ears are functioning. If someone is not able to hear, then even that is not possible to grasp the sound. Whereas for Shabda bodham, if the sound has some meaning and that meaning makes senses to me, then I will be able to understand what the sound means. So, ability to understand the meaningful sound is called Shabda Bodham. The Lakshanam, the definition of this is Anapta, Anupta, Vakya Janita Jñānam. Whereas, as per Nyaya philosophy, Nyaya Shastra, the definition for Shabda Pramanam, it is said Apta Vakyam Shabdaha. That is, a sentence uttered by an Apta is known as Shabda Pramanam. Now we are trying to understand from the viewpoint of Nyaya Shastra. After we understand this, then we will go to the Vedanta. How Vedanta sees the Shabda Pramanam different, in a different view than the Nyaya Shastra. Nyaya Shastra says Apta Vakyam Shabdaha. A sentence uttered by an Apta is called Shabda Pramanam. What is Apta? An Apta is one who cognizes an object correctly and conveys the message to other correctly. In other words, Apta is a person who could be trusted to tell the truth, and that sentence which is uttered by the person who is trusted because he is cognized correctly and conveying what is cognized correctly to us, then that becomes pramanam. This is what Nyaya Shastra says. Say a person gives me lot of nice instruction. Say someone speaks about Atma, Paramatma, Karma, all these different subjects, but he himself doesn't know the subject matter well. Then he can't be an Aptan. Again, Apta means one who could be trusted to tell the truth. The second case is a person who knows the subject matter very well. He knows in and out of everything of what he is going to speak, what he is going to say, is subject matter expert, but has least interest to share that knowledge with anyone. Therefore, he does word jugglery with the intention of not wanting to give the full information. In this case also, that person cannot be an Apta. So, who cannot be Aptas? One who likes to give instructions but is not well aware of the subject matter. He cannot be a Aptan. A person knows the subject matter very well, but his intentions are not good. In that case also is not an Aptan. Therefore, the sound that comes from such person cannot be Shabda Pramanam, because Nyaya Shastra says Apta Vakyam Shabdaha. The sound, the words, the sentences that comes from Apta alone can be Shabda Pramanam. So the condition for an Apta are two things. First, he needs to know the subject matter correctly. Secondly, he conveys the subject matter that he has gained to me correctly, as it is. These are the two conditions for one to be called as Apta. Unless these are not satisfied, one cannot be called as Apta. When these two conditions are satisfied, then the sentence spoken by such Apta is called as Shabda Pramanam, as per Nyaya Shastra. But there is a defect with this lakshanam, the definition that is said by the Nyayamatam. As per Nyaya Shastra, Nyayamatam, they certainly accept Vedas. As we know, it falls under the Saddarshana, the 6 schools of thoughts, namely Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, Sankhya, Yoga and Vedanta. All these 6 schools of thought, they accept Vedas. They are orthodox. Because they accept, they are astikas. As we said, Nyaya Shastra accepts Vedas. But according to Nyaya Shastra, the Vedas are created by the Lord. Therefore, the Lord who knows the Vedas told the Vedas, therefore the Vedas are Shabda Pramanam because it is being told by an apta, a trustable person, and that is the Lord Himself. As the Sloka says here, it seems to be very well matches with their philosophy. Vedaiś sarvair aham eva vedyo vedānta-kṛd veda-vid cāham. I am alone the knower of the Vedas. Because the Lord who created the Vedas, therefore He knows the Vedas, and He knows the Vedas correctly. That means it satisfies the first condition of apta. Please remember that apta is a trustable person which satisfies 2 conditions. He needs to know the matter correctly. Second, he conveys the matter correctly. So here we see that the first condition is satisfied. Now the second condition, that one has to convey the matter correctly to others, is also satisfied in this case because the Lord is the one who conveys the Vedas to others out of compassion, without any modification or without cheating, without hiding. Therefore, the second condition of apta is also satisfied. Therefore, the Lord can be also called as apta. Since these apta statements are also under the apta vakya, the sound, the statements spoken by a trustable person, apta vakyam. Again, the Lord created Vedas and the Nyaya Shastra accepts Vedas. The one who created Vedas instructs the Vedas to others. Therefore, Vedas are Shabda Pramanam. However, as per Vedanta philosophy, which is what we lean upon, does not accept this. The simple reason is because Vedas are not created by anyone, even including the Supreme Lord. The Lord did not create Vedas. The Vedas are eternal, without a beginning or an end. Therefore, the definition by Nyaya Shastra, apta vakyam shabdaha, that is, the sentence created by an apta is Shabda Pramanam, will not hold true for Vedas in our philosophy. So what Vedanta says is, do not say that it is said by the apta, rather say it is not said by the non-apta, meaning not told by untrustable person, not told by wrong person, which will include not only the Lord, but it also includes the trustable people. Vedas never been told by someone because it has never been created. It's been existing always. Say if I say some statement, a new statement, then I am the one who created that statement. Therefore, that statement has a creation point. Whereas Vedas are not like that. It has not been told by someone and then it got created from that point onward. Vedas exist all the time, always. Since it is not being told, then it really doesn't matter whether it is conveyed by aptha, a trustable person, or not conveyed by untrustable person. Another reason we cannot accept that pramanam, shabda pramanam, has to be said by aptan only because then it implies the Vedas are not pramanam by itself. Rather, Vedas became pramanam, prominent, because it was spoken by a trustable person. So the weightage is given to aptha, not to the Vedas by itself. So Nyaya Shastra is basing their theory upon the Vedas, which has been created by the Lord. The Lord is aptha, trustable person. Therefore, Vedas are pramanam. Whereas Vedanta says the Vedas are not created by the Lord. They are eternal. That eternal Vedas are pramanam by itself because it is not spoken by the non-aptas, untrustable people. When we say this, it includes all the trustable people, inclusive of the Lord Himself. Because it is not said by untrustable, wrong or bad people, therefore Vedas are shabda pramanam. Because the definition says that it is not said by wrong people, there is no need to prove that it is said by good people. It is sufficient enough just by saying it is not said by wrong people. So to summarize, the definition of shabda pramanam is that sentence which is not made by a non-aptha is shabda pramanam. This ensures that all sentences uttered by a non-aptha are not valid. Vedas are eternal, not created by someone at some time, which indeed implies that it is not created by non-aptas. Therefore, it becomes pramanam. In our next session, we will learn that these Vedas are nitya and apaurusham. That is, Vedas are eternal and Vedas are not created by someone's thought or intelligence. Namaste. Hare Krishna.